Hello guys, welcome to part 2 of this series looking at traffic global. I'm pleased to tell you we're now back in VR and this is the proper test now. We're going to do a flight from London to Glasgow in this beautiful Eclipse 550. As you can see here, and probably hear as well by the sounds of all these amazing different aircraft around us, that the atmosphere is just how it should be at Heathrow. So let's jump in and get going. Now this is such a novel experience, being able to do this in X-Plane. Just wow. It makes a huge difference, and even more so now that I'm in VR. I feel very small actually compared to all of these airliners around here, and the sounds of the reverb really do make a difference, a huge difference. See the heat blur from those engines as well. Now there's no way that live traffic would ever be able to simulate this kind of accuracy of an aircraft taxiing, and of course the default AI could do this to a degree, but you wouldn't be able to see the variety of aircraft we have here, the variety of different sounds, and of course all the real world schedules. Don't want to get too close to those big engines there. Oh guys, this is absolutely fantastic. Oh my god. Absolutely amazing. Right, where's my aircraft gone? Right then, it's our turn to take off. So, flaps down. Set trim. Landing light coming on, strobe light coming on. We do have to check. Now, as there's two runways at Heathrow, you shouldn't have anything on approach because this is the takeoff runway, but you have to check, and that's another thing now. That is a serious thing. You need to make sure that you're looking for other aircraft. That's a novel thing in X-Plane. I've never had to do that before. So yeah, I like that. And you know what? As I'm taxiing on here, no one's driving over me or anything like that. The aircraft behind me is waiting for my slot to take off. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's over there. You see that guy there? That's the British Airways Airbus. He's waiting for me to clear the runway. That is a very nice touch. Very nice indeed. Right, we won't keep him waiting. We'll crack on and get going. Oh, this is so exciting, guys. This is brilliant. I know I'm really late to the party with this add-on, but it's here now, and it's fantastic. I should have bought this a long time ago, but it's great that Just Flight are still continuing to support this plugin. So there we go, gear up. Let's just go to this side quickly and just to have a look at that site there. This is the HP Reverb in London. I'm not using Vulcan. I'm getting about 30 frames per second at the moment. Everything feels fine. I'm getting away with it with all of that going on. That's really impressive. And that's with this stock 8600K processor and a 1080 Ti card. That's all you need, really. And as I say, this is before Vulcan gets here, if it ever does get here. Right, anyway, let's concentrate. So, autopilot on, nav mode, altitude change. We're going to just climb out a bit higher, actually, about 100, sorry, a bit faster rather, 190 knots, because we've got a long way to go, 30,000 feet. And I'm excited to see what kind of aircraft we see en route. Do you know what? In this little Eclipse we've actually got auto throttles. How cool is that? Oh, just look at that for a view. And since I'm not streaming, as I did a live stream a week or so ago, and I must admit I really suffer with frame rate with that, but I'm actually recording, which does also zap a few frames, but this is much better than that live stream. I'm not getting any stutters or anything. So that's it, we are airborne. And straight away, that, you know, that felt like it was, I just took off from a really busy, bustling airport. You know, many times when I've taken flights into Heathrow, I've always been a bit disappointed with the fact that it's, you know, you just get a King Air or I don't know, a Cessna in the circuit or something, or even live traffic. You'll see a fair few aircraft around, but then they won't behave properly and they won't sound right. So this is a much better option, without a doubt. Let's have a little look outside as we climb out. Superb views, and we need to be looking all around us for AI traffic from this point onwards. Again, something I'm not really used to doing in X-Plane. I'm going to have to get sharp. In fact, to be honest, having the reverb is the perfect tool for having to make sure that you really try and spot those aircraft. Now we're currently climbing through 16,000 feet, 2,500 feet per minute or thereabouts. And I thought we could have a look at the radar plugin from Traffic Global, which, as I said in my part 1, is VR friendly. Look at this, I can use this in VR. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. At the moment 9 aircraft are being shown, 23 are being tracked. This program is so good on frame rate, and I cannot stress this enough. I don't know how they've done it, but they've really thought, I think that's been one of their main sort of objectives with this plugin, is that to give you this amazing immersive environment of all these aircraft, but at the top of the list is to ensure that frame rate is not affected. And it just isn't affected. Absolutely excellent. So here, as I said in part 1, we can click on any of these aircraft and we'll go straight to them. So maybe we'll just do that. We won't do that too much, but let's just have a look at maybe let's have a look, a Ryanair flight here. So if we just zoom in, I'm going to click on that now. So this Ryanair is currently landing. Might just stay with it for a minute actually. Isn't that amazing? I just love you know, how slick that program is. When you click on an aircraft, it instantly transports you to the aircraft. There's no waiting or loading or anything. And look how he's coming in here, nice and smooth. We've got a good viewpoint here, so we'll just keep this for a moment and let's see. Nice landing. Spoilers coming out, reversers. Very nicely done indeed. I just love that. That is amazing. Okay, so I'm not going to mess around too much with that because I did that in the part 1 of the video, but I just wanted to show you that that actually does work in VR. Not only that, we've also got this other plugin, other view with Traffic Global, which shows you the flight schedule. Slight pause there. That's not the plugin, that's just explain. There we go. And just as I say, look at this. So I see, as we are flying, depending on which the nearest airport is to us, it will give you information of that. So at the moment we're overflying Luton, and there are currently 102 flights that are going to be either departing or arriving. And we can just scroll down here with our controller here. It's just fantastic. I love it. So all of this information is at your hand, so to speak, or at your controller, whilst you're flying your favourite routes without any frame rate hit at all. Now, a few of you have asked about general aviation aircraft, and Just Flight have very kindly replied in the comments of the last video, stating that there will be an update coming for general aviation aircraft. Okay guys, so as I say, this plugin is an investment for you. If you do buy it, be sure that there are plenty of updates coming for it. You know what, once general aviation aircraft are included, that's just going to be the icing on the cake. It really is. But for now, this is quite an amazing experience for me. It's a very novel experience for me, flying an X-plane, knowing that there's all that traffic buzzing around. So we've got a fantastic view outside right now. Very nice visibility. It's quite windy in the UK yet again today. That shouldn't be too much of a factor for us, considering some of the weather we have been enduring recently. But we're going to keep an eye on our flight radar system. I'm not sure actually, we might be able to I think we've got a TCAS system on this actually, somewhere. I'll have to have a look to see. Ah, here we go, traffic. Right, I tell you what, we'll put it on the big screen here. We've also got a traffic window here, so that will be able to keep us updated as well of any nearby traffic that we might encounter. But I do love how the traffic program just kind of runs in the background and gets on with its job, if that makes sense. It doesn't interfere or intrude or make anything more stuttery or difficult. You just install it, and then that's it. Basically, I've literally done nothing to the program apart from install it. I just, you know, that's such a refreshing change. We don't want to be messing around with files and modifications and setting up flight plans and goodness knows what, and setting up our own routes, which I think you can probably do if you really wanted to. But for me, I just like to get on and fly and let the plugin do all the work for me, and that's exactly what it's doing right now. That is a fantastic view out there. I'm sure you'll agree. We are going right overhead the Ladyborough Dams. That's amazing. Gorgeous. And if we look on our radar screen here, we've got an EasyJet flying 7,000 feet, pulling up there, 8,000 feet, 24,000 feet, and 10,000 feet. Yeah, so everyone's basically lower than us at the moment. And imagine that over there is Manchester, which will be very busy. If you remember, we did go there to have and to check out the traffic, and it was just stunning, really stunning. If we just if I just show you now, guys, if I just zoom out, look at all that traffic, look at it all, that's incredible. Who would have thought you'd be able to have that much traffic whilst in VR and have acceptable performance at the same time. I certainly didn't. But Just Flight clearly had other ideas, and I'm pleased they did, because it's working a treat. It really is. There's Manchester down there. Wow. Always a stunning view inside the Reverb, that is for sure. That is a beautiful sight, look at that. That aircraft is currently flying at right level, that will tell you actually. Just get centered again, that was flying at 310. That is heading to our left hand side here. That's right over there. Okay, we've got a British Airways pretty much heading straight towards us, I think. At 280, I think he's going to be heading a very similar altitude to us. Got quite a lot of aircraft in this area actually, as we're heading, just about to head over the Lake District. There we go. Oh yes, look at that. Very nice indeed. That was a bit close for comfort. So he just got to 30,000 feet just as he was going past us, and that was his contrail there. Wow. Surprised my TCAS system didn't go crazy then. And there's another aircraft at 35,000 feet that we may intercept next, so we'll keep an eye out for him. This is wonderful, absolutely brilliant. So he's over there somewhere. Oh, just look at the views we are getting here. That is absolutely stunning. So much to look at, in the air and on the ground, whilst in VR. But many of you guys are thinking as you're watching this video, yeah, this might be great and all that, but what about the new Microsoft Flight Sim coming on? You know, why buy any add-ons for X-Plane when that's coming? Well, I do think that's a bit foolish, considering that, I mean, you're going to be waiting a long time if you're going to do that, for starters. Especially if, well, I mean, I presume if you're on this channel you're really into virtual reality. Microsoft isn't going to have VR on launch, as far as I'm aware. That's something that's going to be worked on after its initial release, which means, as pretty and as amazing as it definitely looks, I'm sorry guys, but X-Plane 11 will be my main sim until the day Microsoft releases a decent version of VR, you know, VR compatibility for that flight sim. And even more important than any of that is the fact that these developers like Just Flight, like Carinado, like, I don't know, all of them really, so many of them out there, they need your support right now, because this is going to be probably quite a difficult time for them. And add-ons like this make a huge difference to the immersion, makes a huge difference to your experiences, and it's just fantastic, it really is. And I do feel that you should support them as much as you possibly can, in any way you can, because these are the same developers that are going to be releasing content for the new Microsoft Flight Sim eventually, when it really does sort of, you know, get onto the market and get to that point where it really is going to make an impression. But right now it's all just trailers and alphas, and you know, it looks amazing, it looks incredible, but there is so much to enjoy in X-Plane, and I really feel I don't want you guys to be missing out on something like this. Because when you're in VR, you are absolutely 100% flying. When you're on a monitor, you're just basically there staring at a screen. It's great fun, especially when the graphics are as nice as that sim, but it's nothing in comparison to VR. There's the Edinburgh bridges coming into view.
Edinburgh information Charlie. 1400 Zulu weather. Wind 270 at 10.
Welcome to Edinburgh.
Visibility more than 10.
Beautiful.
Rain.
Oh,
Sky
rain.
conditions 2400 scattered.
Really?
Temperature 8.
Okay.
Dew point 3. Altimeter 2935.
2935.
Arriving runway 24. Departing runway 24. Advise on initial contact. You have Charlie.
Okay, we might get a bit of cloud coming into view at some point then. That's fine. Got a bit of turbulence actually right now.
Echo Golf Papa Hotel
Oh,
Airport
sorry.
information. Kilo 162.
Ignore
Edinburgh
that.
information Charlie.
So if it's runway 24, just keep an eye on the traffic, guys. Hopefully they'll be using 24 as well, because that is one thing that it does. It refreshes, makes sure that the aircraft are using the correct runway, the correct procedures. Edinburgh is looking fantastic, I must say. We've got a little bit of a stutter at the moment. Again, that isn't anything to do with the program. We're back in again now, we're fine. Back up to single frames. And yeah, I think we need to be going gear down in a moment. Wow, that's Edinburgh Castle there. A bit of sightseeing whilst we're looking at aircraft. Anywhere around? Wow, that does look good. Let's actually look at quick look outside. Why not? One more time. Now I must also do a flight with Traffic Global at night, because you'll be able to see all the aircraft, all their lights blinking away. That would be pretty atmospheric, so that's definitely a video I'll be doing very soon as well. That is just wonderful out there, brilliant. And I have yet to have a problem with any aircraft interfering with what I'm doing as well, which is very cool. Like I said before about when the aircraft are waiting for you to take off and things like that, they are aware of your surroundings, if that makes sense. Alright, we're going to go localizer. All being well, we're going to intercept and head down, which we are doing now, which is brilliant. Still auto throttles, just going to back them up a bit more. And we'll go one stage flaps. So I don't know if you can see that, guys, but I've got an aircraft that's just about to roll on the runway now, courtesy of the excellent resolution of the reverb. I can see that very clearly. So hopefully he'll be gone and away before we get there, which is looking likely, so that's good. Yep, he's on his takeoff roll now. I'm not sure if you can see that on the recording or not, but he is there. Quite a sight, I love that. It's a big heavy, whatever it is. Can you see that, guys, taking off? And even see the effects there of the heat blur. Right, we're going to take autopilot off now. We have control of the aircraft. And already I can see so many recognisable airlines. Their colours, very specific to this airport. So I've been here quite a few times, and that is just uncanny. That's quite surreal. Whoa, that is really cool. Won't get that in any Microsoft Flight Sim, because they'll just be generic aircraft. These are actually real liveries there. Oh, I'm too busy looking. I need to be concentrate on my landing. Doesn't matter, we can make it a long landing. There we go. And there we are, guys. We are now in Scotland, so welcome to Edinburgh. Very smooth flight. Managed to spot a few aircraft en route, including quite a close call. I think it was a 737. Seeing the contrail shoot past, that was amazing. And not one problem with frame rate or performance. It just gets on with it, gets on with the job in the background, making your life really easy, so you can just enjoy doing what you do, and that is flight simming. Just enjoying being in VR, doing all the flights you normally do, whatever it might be. You just so happen to have hundreds and hundreds of real world flights, behaving, doing everything, taxiing to the gate, maintaining really good separation, the incredible sounds, all the different aircraft types, just seeing the tail fins of the EasyJet, Ryanairs, and just, oh, it's just fantastic to see them all. And they're not disappear or behave in a very strange way. They're just, you know, shutting down properly or pushing back, using the, you know, the spoilers, their gear, the landing lights, as you'd expect. Yeah, totally blown away. As I say, general aviation aircraft is a thing that's going to be looked at in the future. I cannot wait for that, because if it's anything like this, which I'm sure it will be, I mean, really, there's a quite a good excuse to be enjoying this flight sim in VR as your main flight sim of choice for the next, at least the next year or two. Look at this. Oh yes, this is what I'm talking about right now. Oh wow. If you could see my smile right now, guys. Okay, let's not get run over by this aircraft. Okay, he's just slowed down for us there and stopped for us. Thank you very much, Mr. Ryanair guy. Not too shabby, hey? Not too shabby at all. Just adds another element of feeling like I've really just gone and travelled somewhere, if that makes sense. And that's just going to be even better if you do some longer haul flights into Europe or America. Just going to make it even sweeter. There's a Dash 8 there, look. Oh, every time I'm going to see one of them, I'm going to feel quite sorry really for Flybe. But you know what, it's nice that they're still buzzing around my sim. I'm going to park here somewhere. Yeah, I'll just get here somewhere, that'll be fine. I can hear that 737. He's got a job to do, he needs to get on. So let's just have a look outside at that. Is this even legal to do this? I feel like I'm going to get arrested. There's nothing wrong with those models, I tell you that. Nothing wrong with those models at all. Business as usual at Edinburgh. So guys, thank you so much for watching as always. Any questions about this add-on or anything, please leave them in the comments. I think it's quite clear what I think about this add-on. This is sort of a essential plugin for X-Plane for me now, just like many others that I've had over the years. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye bye for now.